So basically, the scoring blade, it has shims, right? And goes with other shims. So basically, I shimmed this scoring blade to match my 1/8 inch kerf on the blade. So these are the shims it takes. Okay. That's the kind of way I did it. I wanted to match up, so you know, it matches up the kerf, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the scoring blade on here. Now, on the scoring blade, what you got to remember is the scoring blade goes in the opposite direction of the blade. So the blade goes clockwise, the scoring blade needs to go counterclockwise, okay? And the reason you do that is the scoring blade, you basically what it's doing, it's because it's going the opposite direction of the cut, it's basically eliminating the tear out. Now a force blade, you know, they always say they're pretty good. They you know, they don't tear out plywood, da 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 da. I've been using it for a while, but I mean, they're pretty good as long as you keep it super clean. It works, but as you go through and get resin on it, not so good. But the scoring blade helps a lot on this Felder. Okay, so put that back on there. All right. All right. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is just tighten this up. Okay, that's on the scoring blade. Now, seeing the scoring blade is sitting up pretty high. Okay, so you just barely need to score the bottom of the plywood. So what I'm going to do is get this little equal height scale. Just set it to about a right under an 1/8. Okay. I don't need it to stand it. Oop, let me put it on an 1/8. Hold on. You can use whatever you want to, or just kind of guess. All right. Now, what I'm going to do, I got the blade at the top. I'm going to sit here. This unlocks the shaft to the scoring blade. Right. Now this right here, what this does when you adjust it, I'm not going to touch it. It makes the scoring blade and moves it inside and out when you're adjusting it to be in line with your main blade. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lower this down right there, and that's good. It's 1/8 of an inch. That's really all I need. Okay. All right. Okay. So there, I got the height done. Next thing I need to do is bring my blade height up to cut my plywood. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just get the, put that there, right, that's the thickness of my plywood, and I'm going to raise up the main blade right there where I can cut my plywood, right? Alright, now if you notice, the distance in between the main blade and this scoring blade is pretty narrow. Don't ever do a height adjustment without opening this up. If you raise it higher, to make sure you're clearing the scoring blade, because I'll show you real quick. If I raise this up, see, the blade runs right into the scoring blade, and you really don't want that. But you can get it close here, and you can also see, it's really easy to see if you move this around. Right there, you can look down and see how your alignment with the main blade is too. Alright, so I'm going to lower this back down. Okay, make sure I got clearance. And that's pretty much it. That's all I'm going to do. So let me put the cover back on. Alright, I'm going to lock that in. Okay. And that's it. Now we're set up to cut plywood. All right, one thing I forgot to mention, if you plan on using the dust collector shroud, okay, and other guys showed you put it on the 350 millimeter line that gets you roughly lined up. But what you have to do, I got my blade height set, right? But the way this works is it just this clamps it down, tightens it up. So what you got to do, you might have to loosen that up, just raise a little bit, so that your whatever you're cutting clears this knob right here that tightens up the shroud for the dust collection. So I just want to show that to you real quick, and that's what I did. I raised it up a little bit, so I got good clearance right there for the knob. Okay. All right.